Tonight's game on Sports Time Ohio is presented by Time Warner Cable. Enjoy sports better only with Time Warner Cable. Also by Marathon, fueling the American spirit. By your Northeast Ohio Ford dealers. And by our friends at Wayside Furniture. Better furniture, priced lower.
At some point, we're going to ask you to make a play. It doesn't have to be every play. 7 make plays better night. Make the right choice, the right football play, and be great. You guys, this is what it's all about. This is what it's time now to be great. Be great on 3. 1, 2, 3. Be great.
Doesn't that get you ready to play? It should here in the month of November. It's playoff time in the Buckeye State. The regional semifinal round is the coaching staff from Kent Roosevelt got things all excited with their football team. Let's get my partner Ryan Cavanaugh to work. Tonight's Keys to the Game sponsored by Marathon, fueling the American spirit. Where are you starting, Ryan?
Well, for Aurora, be the bully. Use your big offensive line up front to push around the smaller Kent Roosevelt and defensively set the edge. Trey Chapman is dangerous when he rolls and he scrambles from passing. Set the edge, keep him in a tight pocket. And for Kent Roosevelt, supporting cast. Offensively, you've got Thomas, you've got Chapman. We need Grow and some of the other receivers to step up. And then safety and numbers. And I'm talking about defense.
Yeah.
You got to get hands on Quinn.
A lot of hats for both football teams defensively. All right, the football gods here in the OHSAA have blessed us with this fabulous Friday night. Tonight's kickoff brought to you by our friends at Time Warner Cable. Joey Melchiori, the number 3 seed, the Aurora Green Men set to approach. Game on here at Hudson Memorial Stadium as Melchiori will drive it over the head of Trey Thomas. And that will start Trayvon Chapman, one of the finest quarterbacking talents that we have here in the state of Ohio. His numbers, he completes 55% of his throws for over 2,600 yards. You got to love the 4-to-1 touchdown to interception ratio.
When you throw that much, Reg, that just means he's making good decisions. And that's what you look for in a quarterback of that caliber. He can make the throws, but he's got it upstairs also.
He hit 2 big play home run bombs last week to Trey Thomas after, we'll tell you about that in a moment, as they start out empty and 5 wide against this Aurora D. Chapman will gun that out, and it was dropped in and out of the hands of Trey Thomas.
And that's a perfect pass by Chapman, right where you want on the hitch, outside where only Thomas can get his hands on it. And a storyline we're going to follow throughout this game is the injured shoulder of Trey Thomas. Has a little bit of a problem lifting it up, and that may have affected his catch there.
And as you see on now, it'll be the first 2 snaps, and again, this is just a 3-man front. Now the bubble screen again off the hands of a normal running back, Brandon Grow. Grow not able to haul that in, so Chapman starts 0 for 2, and behind the sticks coming up 3rd and long here in their first possession.
Well, you see what Kent wants to do is complete some short passes, get the confidence of Chapman going early.
8 in coverage for Bob Mahalik and this Aurora Greenman squad. They're only rushing 3. Chapman, seam route. Threw it over the head of his intended receiver. 3 and out for the Rough Riders of Kent Roosevelt, and they got to punt the football. Interestingly enough, last week trailing 17-7 in the first half. Afterwards, Trayvon Chapman, that young man who wears number 7 for head coach John Nemec, said it was the worst first half individually and collectively he's been associated with since he's been in the Kent Roosevelt program.
Well, that certainly isn't the start they wanted here tonight either.
Jose Roca's first punt of the evening is going to bounce around and settle down without a return at the 39-yard line. So nice operating position for this highly potent Aurora Green Men offensive football team. They average 41 points a game. And Ryan, with George Bolus, the trigger man, this junior, who won the job this year over the senior Alec Wells, this is about a mindset that we're going to drive you off the football, we're going to run the football and keep coming at you.
And what that does is it makes their passing game very efficient. They don't do it often, they don't need to throw often, but Bolus very effective throwing the football as well.
His first down snap out of the gun. George Bolus will keep the football. Found himself a seam on that right side and got to the second level. That's 7 yards to bring up second and short for the junior George Bolus. Tough athlete, wrestling state qualifier at 185 pounds as a sophomore.
Well, look at him get behind Jeff Monis and Brand Zamory there on the right side. There's Brett Rogers, 47, the fullback with the kickout block, and he's 5-6 yards past the line of scrimmage before the Rough Riders even get a hand on him.
This is a somewhat smallish Kent Roosevelt defensive front seven. We'll tell you about that in a moment. This is Zach Quinn on the call. Look at Quinn battle his way toward that midfield stripe. The line to make right at the 50-yard line, and it's probably going to bring up third down and short.
Yeah, he got right up to the sticks. And Zach Quinn, 6'4", 220, a load to bring down once he gets in the second level. And very rarely do you see the first guy take Quinn down, always fighting for extra yardage. But as you mentioned, they are just shy of that first down.
Kent Roosevelt middle linebacker, Matt Summers, just a junior, but a very, very effective Division I prospect. Wears number 54. Out of that stacked eye, this is Jake McVeigh, first down and more. McVeigh has come free inside the 30. McVeigh, see you later, touchdown. Jake McVeigh and Aurora's Green Men.
Right away, this is going to be what you're going to notice what's going to be a problem for Kent Roosevelt. The stacked eye when you have Rogers and Quinn getting up on those linebackers, and then from there, it's Jake McVeigh using his eyes to read the field and cutting back twice, making Kent Roosevelt tacklers miss on his way to the end zone.
His 11th touchdown run of the year. He averages better than 9 yards a carry. And when he hit the second level, he shoved it into a second gear.
Absolutely. There's the cutback. And watch this nifty move in the open field. And watch 33. Zach Quinn downfield, blocking, clearing the way for McVeigh. And once he gets in the open field, they're not going to catch Jake McVeigh.
He was able to put a stiff arm on the free safety, Cardell Jackson, the very talented Kent Roosevelt junior free safety. And again, 10th touchdown of the year for Jake McVeigh, who along with Zach Quinn, just absolutely, they're so formidable, Ryan, and it is. And we got that from Bob Mahalik this week. It's about a mindset that they use offensively. It's what we do. We're going to line up and knock people off the football.
And that's why they only throw the ball 9 times a game. They don't need to. They physically win the line of scrimmage battle and impose their will. That's what we talked about in the open, and that's the key. Be the bully, impose their will, and they did just that on that first drive.
Joey Melchiori out of the hold of Jake Zerwinski. Melchiori to add that PAT, and he pushed it wide right. So Melchiori not able to convert. He's now 29 of 37. But Jake McVeigh showing his immense ball-carrying skills to get Aurora on the board first.